Good afternoon. Among the participants of our conference, there are many such important for the Internet infrastructure organizations like Internet exchanging. That's why we would like to talk to them about the future development of Internet, about the opportunities or capabilities, and I would like to invite all the speakers of Internet Exchange to come and join us at the panel. First is Armex, Vahan, or someone else, if not Vahan. I know there are representatives from Moscow Internet Exchange, representatives from Czech NIXTZ, Martin, as well as in the registration I saw, yeah, please come join us. But I didn't see the guy from Net6, so DataX. Okay. We have this kind of a small roundtable. Despite having people from major Internet exchange, we have only the Moscow representative. And in other places, we see Amsterdam Exchange representative, Frankfurt Exchange, DataX, Moscow Internet Exchange representative. We also have representative from the best Internet Exchange, Vahan, our host. Also our guests from Europe, from Czech and Slovakia, Nix and Z. At the conference, we have veterans of IXP movement. They opened our conference, Polovici, that is creators of the first American exchanges. Mr. Paul Wixie. Я представляю вас как один из самых больших американских представителей. Пожалуйста, встаньте. In fact, our conference is notable that we have a magical surprise. Not often in the world appear to be new Internet exchanges, and a week ago it was established that in the neighboring country with Armenia, in Georgia, they have the first exchange. It has just been organized, and appearance of Georgian Internet exchange. So the Amsterdam DataX representatives they see big competitors in the face of Georgian Internet exchange. So I invite representative of Georgia, George Gatosha, please.
Прежде всего, я хотел бы поблагодарить
interesting event and for the super organization of this event. So I'm happy to be here to announce long-awaiting establishment of IXP in Georgia. So in short, the history is that for at least 2-3 years we are trying to facilitate establishment of IXP. I myself represent carrier neutral collocation operator company Nutelco, which has offices in mainly in Germany, but also in other countries, including Georgia. And this is the first data center collocation, carrier neutral collocation. So we wanted to happen this naturally without any forces from outside. People from RIPE can confirm, like 2 years ago, there was a meeting in Tbilisi and we were talking about this. So finally it happened just a week ago. It was announced in September 28th. 8 ISPs, they united, they decided to establish association. It's a non-for-profit association. So we helped them with equipment. We offered them 1 year free co-location space in our data center. So on this slide, there is just briefly how it is right now, and actually the previous presentation shows proves that non-existence of IXP is very bad for the all local networks. So according to my knowledge, about 40% of local traffic which has to stay in country, it goes out and comes back right now. So here in Tbilisi, you can see these are companies who provide upstream to internet providers, and all of them right now have their own interconnection point. So there is no peering. So finally, small ISPs, they realize they cannot live like this for long. And also one of the founders of this IXP is also Association of Small and Medium-Sized Operator, which is, as I remember, it's like association of 24 operators. So I'm really happy to announce here within this auditorium that that happened, and this new IXP, most probably they will get a lot of support from Internet Society, from all organizations, because Internet is it's our home. It's we have to support this kind of initiative. So thank you for this opportunity to announce this news here in this auditorium. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, if you would like, you may join Roundtable, or just sit here before us and listen. So, I think this great news brings us topic for this Roundtable, because we have experienced IXPs who operates for many years, or not so many years, in this region and many countries and many locations. So they could try to to share their views. Если можно, я дальше продолжу по-русски, так как у нас основное присутствие говорит по-русски, но вопросы будут написаны по-английски. Вопрос к участникам. Скажите, личные для...
Classical for IXP services, exchange of traffic on the second level. Why and how did you become the best in places where you work? How come you became the best? Let's give the opportunity to Vahan first to speak. Thank you. I think we have no need to show the classical approach here. Why in our countries, in the developing countries, so-called, the question is of technical implementation of IXP. It's impossible, probably, just because the idea IXP is good. In Armenia and Georgia, as George mentioned, it was kind of flying in the air, and it's not like we just took and implemented it. It was not a matter of, you know what, there was no need for that service. It wasn't like that. We needed that service. But there were certain moments of leadership who would take up the implementation, because when we established the exchange, we opened exchange. Many providers said that in principle they have some peerings with other participants, and maybe exchange is not required. However, the providers understood that exchange is the future. It's critical infrastructure which needs to be built. And that it was a matter of leadership, and that was the issue of a political will or will as also organizational will, people who signed under it. And when we created exchange, then we started bringing up resources, and they added value to the service. Yes. And when we did all that, we brought certain services to this added value. And now we have services that our members need, and we want to bring additional services like Akamai, Google Cache. These kind of services make exchange desirable. Thank you. Please. Moscow Internet Exchange. In fact, historically we are a classical Internet exchange, and I think that the classical, the local, the point of exchange of traffic is concentrated in one region, in one infrastructure. It might be that the region might be equal to one country or one city. In this given case, we increase the trustability of the connections. We provide all the principles that are initially established in the meaning of traffic exchange. At this point, we administer 3 points of exchange from St. Petersburg to Vladivostok, and those points are not interconnected because we understand that in the distance of several thousand kilometers, it's impossible to provide this kind of connection and reliability than in one local net. That's why all 9 work autonomously, and the only 2 nets that are connected is Moscow and St. Petersburg. And we took the risk when we managed to provide 3 not interconnecting routes. And we understood that, and now the connection is so reliable as the local ping in one city. Probably these are our main, okay, clear, reliability and neutrality. This was the second important factor. With the relevant policy and with a similar approach, we work both with major providers as well as with small nets with the size of one home network. Thank you, Martin.
Спасибо. Почему мы находимся в местах наших дислокаций? Мне кажется, что 20 лет нашего опыта, и сейчас мы отмечаем 20-летие нашей организации. Я должен сказать, что мы
We are owned by our members, major Czech and Slovak ISPs, and since last year we operated also exchange point in Slovakia. But back to why we are best, because from my point of view it is the success of all community in Czech Republic and in Slovakia, and it is hard work of them. They believe in network neutrality, in neutrality of exchange point, and the major ISPs in Czech market and in Slovakia support IXP with open peering policy and exchanging local data, and they don't play any strange peering games against each other. So I think that it is the most important thing why we are best in our location.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to the next question. I know that some of you are operating multiple locations. As Evgeny said, that Moscow Exchange operates 2 locations, but they are not interconnected. Also, NIX-TZ, NIX-XK operates 2 exchanges even in different countries. So, unfortunately, the 2 exchanges who actually have interconnected places like DataX and LAX haven't joined this conference. But okay, what do you think about advantages of presenting services of exchange in different locations? I don't know about Armex. Are you in one location on many?
Actually, we have three POPs. We have three POPs who are now still in the process of the establishment of these three POPs. One POP that has been established at the very early stage, it was, I guess, in 2010. And this year we have also announced two new POPs, but it is in the same city, actually, in Yerevan itself. But in our plans, we can consider, for example, the establishment of some POPs also in the regions. And the main benefit of it is just to provide also the internet provider companies or AS owner companies to join us, even if they don't direct connection to our Mix One POP. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Evgeny? Actually, I know you have special programs for interconnection to MSKX.
Да, мы на данный момент имеем определенный специальный продукт, который позволяет в одном подключении либо в Санкт-Петербурге, либо в Москве увидеть участников двух точек обмена трафиком в одном порту. Собственно, как я уже сказал до этого, мы осмелились на эту услугу только после того, как поняли, что надежность и связанность между двумя городами настолько хороша, что можно сохранить те принципы надежности МСКХ, которые мы используем при подключении в одном из городов.
Скажите, пожалуйста, а если какой-то оператор из другого города, где нет...
Other operator from MSKA, if they want to join you, what can you offer them? In any place when there is MSKX net, we are able to receive participants from any city. At the same time, the channel capacity remains within the connecting participants capacity. I heard you have partnership program. Yes, partnership program is a different topic. In fact, at some point we came to a certain, we saw that the market is rich and the participants are connected from Russia and from the former Soviet countries, but they understand that there are remote areas, territories where we are not able directly to communicate with the partners and to actively develop the sales. That's why in the given case we created a partnership program. It is mostly aimed at providers which shall have certain channel capacities, and they can create additional sales. This way we have kind of a bilateral symbiosis. They can sell and get additional capacity, and we are able to get new partner. So in this kind of a cooperation, all the parties get only pluses, in our opinion at least. Martin?
Ваши операторы обмениваются даже в разных странах. Это хорошо.
Yeah, at first it is necessary to describe the situation between Czech and Slovakia. Most of you maybe know that 20 years ago we were one state, Czechoslovakia, which was divided to Czech Republic and Slovakia. But the culture and people between both states are still interconnected, and also because the languages Czech and Slovaks are very close to each other, so Slovak people are consuming Czech content, and also Czech eyeballs are consuming Slovak content. So both states are still interconnected. And from this point of view, it made sense because the major ISPs, our members, are active in both markets, and they decided, yes, it makes sense to establish a new neutral exchange point in Slovakia. So as I said before, it was last year. And Slovakia exchange point play two roles for our members. First is backup location for Prague. Is the reason why these locations are not interconnected by infrastructure, and also they wanted to support exchanging data locally on Slovakia market, which didn't work before Nix SKA. So I think this answer to all your questions.
Thank you. Let's move to next question because Vahan already started answering during the first question. So, what are most advanced or unusual to IXP technical services you are providing for your customers or planning to provide? Давайте начнем с московского интернет-эксченджа, потому что я точно знаю, что
good team with huge amount of interesting services. Yes, good question. Now, we aimed our efforts at unusual for us fields. We started developing a service for TV. I think that everybody will agree that during the recent periods, TV is passing on to a digital format. That's why we understand that in the end, everybody is going to watch TV through internet this way or that way. That's why we understood that the IXP, the main function is optimization of the routes that the traffic will flow. If we are speaking about TV, then it's a similar traffic that is critical to quality, to delays, to accessibility, to access. And we understood that the point of traffic exchange is the wonderful place where, by analog with content generators and the operators in the common peering, they can exchange also the traffic with the operators of cable TVs and TV channels. That is the analog scheme happens. That's why this year we developed services that we called media logistics. The technical principles are the same. The same IP packages go from the TV channels. Then we connect all the data from channels into multicast, and we give out individual packets through multicast to all the participants of IX. And accordingly, the collection of channels, they are individual. We have just started, but the technologies have developed, and I can say that it's about, if the question is about technology, then the only difference is to take the TV signal to them. It's about the monitoring, which is put on the transmitting part in the intermediary channels and on the receiving side, because the idea of the quality from the TV perspective, it's a bit much deeper. We need to look deep into the package trying to understand how the degradation of the picture happened from inside. Yes, I would agree with my colleague that it's quite an interesting service, and it has certain perspectives in our region. As of today, the Armix provides access to Google Cache and Capcom. As I said, we are negotiating with other providers of content providers. Quite possible we also have this kind of service, but we also have this kind of an issue to bring the contacts from other countries. Because we watch TV, not only Armenian TV channels. Yes, a wonderful chance to sit down and talk with the colleague, Martin.
Услуги, которые требуются. Я говорил о нашем проекте по безопасности. Несколько лет тому назад решили
exchange point platform for fighting against security issues like DDoS attacks and others. So it is now a very important service which is available to all our members at NIC-CZ who are able to apply the technical and organizational project. And the other service, like in MSKIX, is IPTV or TV exchange multicast between broadcasters and ISPs, and it is a new service in both of our IXPs in Czech and in Slovakia since beginning of this year.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Most of exchanges have non-profit foundation. It's run by community, and also bringing a lot of benefits for surrounding NT community. Well, I can give an example. I think the exchanges joining this panel, and maybe Georgian Exchange Future, were sponsors or hosts of ENOG conferences. But could you mention an interesting activities for benefits of community, like software development or something like? So for this question, let's start from Martin.
Right, it is really a good question. So we try to cooperate with community in not only in Czech Republic but internationally. One of the results of the international cooperation is cooperation with Vienna Internet Exchange and Budapest Internet Exchange about the organization of CE Peering Base Forum, where people from our region meet each other and share the experiences between operators and content providers. And the other benefits or what we do for community is, for example, our help in establishing of internet exchange point in Montenegro during last 2 years, or cooperation with Rwandese internet exchange point, where the representative of Rwanda were on the internship in an XCZ during the end of summer.
Thank you. Evgeny?
I think we should give the word to George, because I think he could give a couple of words about TMG, Telecom Meeting in Georgia. It's a good place.
Okay.
So, just a few words. That's the 7th year of this year will be the 7th event of TMG. TMG is Telecom Meetings in Georgia. And this event is mainly for companies, carriers, vendors who are around telecommunications, and they're doing business in this region, who are coming to TMG. Companies from Caucasus, from former Soviet republics, from Eastern Europe, from some European countries like Germany. We had visitors from US, we had visitors from so it's event for just meeting each other, discussing new issues which are related to this market. So this is bilateral meetings, 2-day conference.
Okay, yeah, it's meetings, but maybe some other activities not related exactly for meetings. Software development, what else? Support of educational organizations.
Lobbying.
Actually, I wanted to add something just to the previous question. As I mentioned, one of the founders of Georgian IXP is the association of 24 ISPs and regional broadcasters, and one of the reasons they participated is that to support regional broadcasters, because all of them, they have problem with delivering their content to remote places. So this was somehow they think that IXP will help in that. So this is to answer your previous question.
Thank you.
Just small comment. Well, Armix is actively participating in event management issues. So we have helped. We were the host and of IXP training in Armenia in 2014. We have hosted RAP NCC regional meeting in 15. ENOG in 12. We are organizing several delegations of Armenian ICT companies to GITI in Georgia and CBIT, MINOG, ENOG, etc. But we are also very active in lobbying the interest of the industry. We are active at ISOC. We are active at Information Technologies Development Support Council, that is under the Prime Minister. And we think that it is one of the values of IXP.
Okay, thank you. And our last, but I think the most important question. What you professionals and maybe some from audience could recommend and give an advice and the best wishes for newly created IXP? I think that we should use the oldest IXP should start.
My advice is work with community, listen to community what they want, and respect the wishes of the community.
Maybe technical advices. Okay, I know that. Okay, after this wish, there could not be ever better. So thank you very much. If somebody from audience would like to bring the good wishes to new IXP, please do it. And I know that, for example, in audience there is an inventor on $1,000 IXP Renkovan MOOC, so you can catch him and ask how to do this cheap. So thank you all participants. Please talk to them during social events. Thank you.